Hello, everyone. I can't tell if there's anybody there yet or not. Just bear with me while I get everything all set up for you guys tonight. I'm going to turn my laptop volume off. All right, getting there. So these are your mystery card supplies here. Let me just get those in better view for you. If you want to cut your paper right now, or maybe you're already ready to go. So I'll give you a couple minutes to do so. And let me just make a first post here. Hey Joni, I just saw you checked in before I could even post. All right, so looks like I got a few going on. So this is mystery card supplies from my team gathering this past Wednesday. So this was their instructions were to cut all these pieces of paper, cardstock, designer series paper, get some circles in there. I use the layering circles dies, a stamp set, ink, and embellishment, of course, your adhesive as well. So that was their instructions. So I had just a couple people at the team gathering, but we still had a lot of fun. And I put together one card, trying to make more of a guy card, but which I'll make for you tonight, but you can also turn it into a feminine look as well. So just to remind you of a few things here. Karen Rose here. Sweet. All right. So Karen got my card today. Thank you. You're very welcome, Karen Rowe. Thanks for that nice order. That really sparked my day because orders have been really coming in slow. So I think people are just struggling. They don't know what to purchase in the annual catalog because it's so good. And I don't blame them. So they're taking their time and looking through it more than once. So if you are interested in joining my team, there's a great opportunity to do so during the month of May. You can join Stampin' Up! For $99 and receive $155 worth of products from the annual catalog, or you can add some of the products from the mini catalog as well. So it's a great time to join Stampin' Up! And of course, you can join my team, the Inspired Daisies. We have 9 on our team plus myself, so 10. And here is my website there to join my team. But make sure if you are placing any kind of substantial order, I would say $50 or more, you are better to join Stampin' Up! And purchase a starter kit. Even if you don't want to do this and create cards full time, you can stay on for 4 or 5 months, feel it out, and if you like it, great. Hit your quarterly amount, and then if you don't, well, then that's okay too. So it's really worth a try. I'm sure you will love it. So this is that. My host code for anybody ordering. I am going to be working with the holiday basic rhinestones tonight, and so my host code for the month of May is right here, SRSP9E9J. So you must use that code when you're placing an order of $30 to $149.99. Now, if your order is $150 or above, you should really join Stampin' Up! For one thing. But two, if you're really not interested in that, don't worry about it because I will ship you the holiday rhinestones as well. I'll see your order come through. All the rhinestones go out in the month of June. So my website is inspiredbygraham.com, and then there's a shop now button. Next up for my infomercials before we get started, I just remembered I need the genial gems, so I gotta go grab those on the other side of my room. So just bear with me. Got them. I think I'm saying it right. Who the heck knows? I don't know. Genial, I don't know. All right, so that's that. And then finally, my monthly card club. I will be making another one of my cards that are in the monthly card club. My subscription price is $38 per month. You can cancel anytime, but if you do hit 6 consecutive months, you'll receive $25 of free product from me, and it'll be all Stampin' Up, and it'll be all product that I know you will really like to use and need. So you can inspire me. You can email me for the link to join Card Club. That's inspiredbygraham@gmail.com. It's really a great way for me to put together all the kits for you, especially all that die cutting, because sometimes it gets a little crazy. And it's a really great way to craft with family and friends as well. I'm welcoming Pam to my card club. She joined the other night. And she's also part of Joni's team. So awesome that Joni promoted to silver the other day. I didn't even know about it. I went to bed early. I think it was Tuesday night, and I woke up to all these like emails from my upline. I think Joni wrote me a nice little text message or email. Check your email. Well, I didn't get one from Stampin' Up, but I did get one from my upline. And that, by Joni going to silver, that meant I went to Silver Elite. So I have never, ever been at that title. So I'm really excited to see where this is going to take me. So that is that. Then my card club, I'm going to just show you real quick the designs I've created for you using hand-penned designer series paper. I use a bunch of dies in there as well, so I'll do all that die cutting for you. You're going to get a spool of the soft succulent 3/8 sheer ribbon, and that's the inside. I use garden green for this one here, as you can see, green. And then Blushing Bride. I don't use Blushing Bride much, but I love the softness of this card. I've got that die cut already for you. You can see the genial gems right there. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's in petal pink. Got a soft piece of vellum underneath here. And here I stamped on that label, anything is possible. I did some background stamping too in Blushing Bride, if you can see that. And then we just open it up to a blank inside as well with a nice strip of the hand-penned designer series paper. And this card here, we made this one last week on my live last Friday. So super fun card. Use the double oval punch here with some background stamping. I didn't do that in the live, but I went back and made my card club a little bit more consistent because this was the only label, sentiment label, that I didn't have any background stamping. So I said, well, that doesn't make any sense. So anyway, I've got a little bit of background stamping here with the new in color Evening Evergreen. Here I used my blends. And the ornate floral panel here of basic white. You can see the green genial gem here too. So really, really pretty embellishment that goes with Card Club. So for $38, that includes shipping. You get 8 card kits, 2 of each design, along with a 6x12 full pack of hand penned that you'll use to cut on for your cards, and also a spool of the ribbon and a whole pack of those genial gems. All right, so for tonight, we are going to be making 3 cards. We've got this one here. All right, just the blank inside. I did some embossing ahead of time. This is our mystery card. This is what mine turned out to be. I'm also going to be bringing back you that easel card because my in-person class that I'm offering, usually it's the last Wednesday of the month, but since I'm getting my second round of the Moderna on May 25th, I cannot promise I'll be capable of even getting out of bed on the 26th, so I have moved that date to May 20th instead. So I have a full class again, 10 stampers, so they're going to be making this card here, They wanted some kind of pop-up card, and they all thought the easel card that we had made before, using the Sailing Home suite a few months ago. I don't know, maybe it was like 8 months ago. They liked it, and so this is what I kind of made for them. And we're going to make this card tonight. And then here is the card Club May design, and this is a book fold card. I've never done this before, but I really like. This is just a different type of card. It's super easy to make, just adding another score line there. So we're going to get started. I've done all the die cutting ahead of time, so pretty much we're just going to stamp and assemble some cards. So let me just take a look at if there's any comments. Again, don't forget, I do not look at the comments. I just try to focus, but just want to see if there's any, and there's not. So, all right, so I said we're going to start with this one. Let me grab my bin basket of supplies here. I'm going to be using a new stamp set. I kept struggling. I couldn't find a birthday other than a really big one until I like looked on my floor. I just got my Stampin' Up order like maybe 4 or 5 days ago. And I stacked all my stamp sets there because I don't want to touch them until I get certain things done. Like I've got my paper share to do and also cut up all my kits for next week's class. But I found Sunny Sentiments. This is a really nice stamp set. It's of course, all sentiments. We're going to be using Hoping Your Birthday is Filled with All the Best Things right here. But really nice. I like this one too. Thought you could use some sunny thoughts today. And a happy hello. Look at that font. That's really fun too. So I'm going to be using that stamp set for today's card. I used the Best Year here with my team the other day. But we're going to change it up a little bit. Here are the holiday rhinestones. You can see it's not a full pack, but this is what I have left in my supply. Different colors there. So we'll be using that one. And tonight I'm going to be giving away all 4 kits. So what I did before when I got home, had supper with my husband, and then I came up here and I cut all the kits for tonight's live. So I've got the one we're going to be making, then I have an extra one. So if you're interested in receiving 4 free card kits, you'll need to email me at inspiredbygraham@gmail.com. Okay. And I will be giving away all 4 kits to one lucky US address on probably Monday, because I've got to go to Connecticut on Sunday for my grandson's 2nd birthday. Crazy. He's going to be 2 years old on Monday, actually, but we're celebrating on Sunday because the rest of us have to go back to work on Monday. All right, so I use Tasteful Textile embossing folder to give the panels, the cardstock panels, a really nice texture. I'm using Pacific Point today with you guys. This is kind of a royal blue color. Don't use it much, but it works for this because we've got Pacific Point here. So let's see, where are my sizes? Okay, so your card base, I said to make it 8.5 by 5.5. I've already scored it at 4 1/4. And then we've got some Night of Navy card base. I've already embossed it here with a Tasteful Textile. That's going to simply get mounted right there. And let's see if my Tombow glue works. I don't know, I've got 2 going and I really want to use every single drop because I don't like to waste. So just added it to the back of that, and this is just gets right layered down on the Pacific Point. Make sure your card's opening correctly because you don't want to put this on backwards, of course. And then the next thing we're going to do on this card here, I've got Basic Black. This is 1.5 by 5.5, and again I embossed it with the Tasteful Textiles. So we'll just add some more glue, and then I'm just going to layer it. It's edge to edge, and I'm just layering it about, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch from the bottom up. Okay. Then I totally do not remember the name of this designer series paper. This is killing me. It is called, oh, it's in the mini catalog. Does anybody know what it is? Um, oh, it's the Guy paper. Anybody? Well, someone will tell me what it is. So it's got two little sides here. Of course, I'm going to use the checkered side, and this is cut 2 7/8 by 2 7/8, layered on a 3 by 3 Pacific point. So same color as the card base. Okay, so that one's all set, ready to go. I'm going to stamp next, and we're going to stamp that hoping your birthday is filled with all the best things. It is mounted on a Stampin' Up! C block. I love the grip of the Stampin' Up! Blocks. I will never ever buy anything else besides those blocks because they've got this nice little grip here and they're super big. So I'm just going to ink up my stamp set, and this will barely fit. I use the layering circles dies. Ooh, that's really pretty, isn't it? That just like really pops. That the word best things to me looks like it's almost 3D. All right, so that is that. And of course, Karen's going to what? Stamp her envelope because we can't send a boring basic white envelope. So we're just going to put that right there on the front and call it good. You can also put the designer series paper on the envelope flap as well. Well suited. I knew Kelly would know. Thanks, Kelly. All right. So now we will take the layering circles, see how these layer really nicely. We're going to put the adhesive on the back side of the circle. And sorry, I think I just hit my cord on my camera. So last week I froze up on YouTube Live. I had no idea I froze up. And I think it's because my phone went kind of wonky a little bit. So sorry about that. But I have hopefully solved the problem. There's always some kind of technology issue. Last night we lost our internet at 10 o'clock because they were doing some kind of maintenance. Okay, so now this is what I want to do. You can put this panel straight like this, okay, and call it good. But I thought that looked a little boring. So what I wanted to do is just angle it just like this. And then we'll figure out where we want that circle. Okay, I think that looks pretty good because we've got kind of decent coverage on the right side here and also the left. So when I pick this up, I know my adhesive is going to have to go here. So I want to put this on first. And then we're going to put this circle right here. And then I'm just going to press it here just to let that liquid glue seep into the cardstock. And now we're going to flip this over. And this is when I want to put my dimensionals on. So now I can see the whole piece of paper. We've got two things here kind of layered together, and I think it's a little bit easier to do it this way so you can kind of see where your dimensionals will need to go. So I'm just going to put them especially on all three of those corners, and I'm going to pretend that's a corner over here, and then I'm going to put one right there. So I've got 5. I think that's pretty good. I don't think you need more than that. And then we're just going to press that in the, or take my thumbnail and just press it in the middle of those dimensional backings. Wish they magically would just come off, but they don't. All right, so now again, we're going to place this right here. For me, I'm looking at the sentiment, making sure it's straight. Okay, now, the next thing we had were these two little tabs. They were 1/2 inch by 1.5. So I thought a banner would look really nice. And now you can see because that dimensional is in the way, we're gonna have to trim that down. And then this one over here is gonna go here. So I'll take my paper snips, and these are super sharp scissors. I'm going to banner cut this. So I'll cut down the middle and then just angle, cut, just like that, and just pull these out. And now this one can slide all the way in there, so I'm not too worried about it. All right, so I'll just add some of that glue, and then we'll slide this right underneath and about 1/4 of an inch up from the bottom of that basic black there, okay? Now this one over here, it won't slide all the way in. So what I'm gonna do first, I'm going to angle cut and make a little banner. Okay, and now I'm gonna trim off some of it to make it a little bit shorter. And now this is going to fit under there. I might just take a little bit more off, and then I'll just add a little bit of glue. You don't need too much. And then we're gonna slide that right under there. Okay, so I'm just gonna hold that in place just a little bit. Okay, so that is that piece. Now, I didn't have any other measurements to add to this mystery card, so, oops, I'm going to just add this white panel here just because unless you have a white gel pen, you need some kind of lighter cardstock on the inside so you can write and see a message there. All right, now, if I had another measurement, I would have added like some more designer series paper on the inside here, like a strip of it, okay? But we'll call that good. Now, I'm going to embellish it with the holiday rhinestones. These are carrying over from last year's annual catalog to this year's. And if you don't have an annual catalog, I have some here in my craft room that I would be willing to mail to you. So just send me an email inspired by graham@gmail.com, and I'll get one in the mail in the next few days. So I'm gonna add these blue, these are Night of Navy rhinestones here. I'm choosing blue because of the blue paper there. I could use the pool party ones, but I think they're just a little bit too light. I'm just gonna add one right here, and then maybe one over here. Okay, so that's pretty good. This one here is the female version. Yeah, let me just move this a little bit. So I've got female, male. Well, this could be female too. Actually, you know what? I want to add, now that I look at this little banner here needs to be just like the other one. So I'm just gonna put a rhinestone there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, we need an odd number. So I'll put one down there. Okay, so now my eyes travel all the way around that card. So here's the female version. Here's kind of a in between. And then I would say this one here is more of a masculine card. So I used Misty Moonlight in this version with Night of Navy here, Pacific Point. And the banners were Misty Moonlight. And I used some red rhinestones there to take from that little red strip right there. So it's all nicely coordinated. So that's your card number 1, you guys. So for you guys just coming on, don't forget to, I'm going to be giving away a set of card kits. All the cards we make tonight, 3 of them, you will, if you're interested in being in the drawing, you'll have to email me and say you're interested to be in the drawing. And I will put names in a random generator number on probably Monday night to draw it. So here's the one we made, and then here's 2 more examples for you. Well-suited designer series paper. All right, the next card is going to be the easel card. Here it is. Let me just get my area cleaned up so I don't have too much of an issue with the limited space you have to work with when you are filming. It's about 12 by 12 space. So your camera needs to be close enough so people can see you. All right, so we are done with this. We're done with this. This one here, I did not use any rhinestones or anything like that. I actually used Winka Stella on this one. And let's see. All right, let me get some of the things. Got my little cheat notes there, my measurements. Okay, so I'm going to be using a new die set tonight with this card. Here's the next kit that's going to be part of that giveaway. Put that over there. My kit, I've got my stamps. Mossy Meadow ink is what I'm going to choose to work with on this card. Okay, so let's just talk about some of the products here I'm using tonight. Mossy Meadow, again, my most favorite green, although Evening Evergreen, I tell you what, is getting there. So, all right, Beauty of the Earth Designer Series paper. It's really hard to show this whole thing to you, but this is my Designer Series paper chart I've created. So you can see all the designs that come in the Beauty of the Earth. And it's found on page 130 of the annual catalog, and it's $11.50 for a 12 by 12 pack. And then I'm going to be using Beautiful Trees dies. So tonight I'm going to be using this image here along with this large tree in Early Espresso. I'm also going to be using the little birds here. Aren't those like super cute? And then this die cut here we'll be using as well. So let's kind of get started. All right, so again, we've got all coordinating pieces. Look at, there's a ton of pieces in this one, so whoever wins these kits are going to be lucky. I've done all this die cutting for you. The stamp set is called Beauty of Friendship, and I'm going to be using Thinking of You and Friendships Refresh the Soul. Okay, really nice sentiments in this set. It's also a photopolymer stamp set, so somewhere I have my, I thought I did, I might have to wing it. My piercing mat is somewhere in here. Okay, so we made this card last week. I'm bringing it back because it's super fun. So I've got Mossy Meadow, and you can see it's 4 1/4 by 11. I've scored it at 5 1/2 and 2 3/4. So we'll need to burnish this here with my bone folder. Now this one here needs to go the other way. Okay. Because it's going to be, hold on, goes this way, Karen. All right, because it's going to be like this little tent fold, right? It kind of looks like a camping tent, backpacking tent. All right, so here's our Beauty of the Earth Designer Series paper. So this is one side. And this is kind of hard to cut because there's a lot of white space in the middle of it. But I'm going to use this side here. These are images of trees. And you want to make sure that they're going the correct way. So when you fold this up, you want this one to go the correct way. So the images are going straight up. But this back side here has to be the other way, because if you don't have it that way, let's see. Well, actually, no, it'll be fine. You want it to go the same way. Okay, so basically all these are 2 1/2 by 4. So let me take my liquid glue here. And we're just going to add this panel here. And then this one here. Has anybody purchased the Beauty of the Earth Designer Series paper? It's all nature, 4 seasons, because it's got everything in it, all different colors for all 4 seasons. Okay, so that's it so far. Now, can you see on the back here? I kind of tried to create some kind of scenery, okay, like sunset. I thought about doing block stamping with my in-person class, but I think with COVID, we're still not there yet. So what I'm gonna do with the class is we're gonna use watercolor pencils. So this basic white here, and this is kind of what I did. You can do whatever you want, but you're gonna need your watercolor pencils and a blender pen and some scrap paper because, oops, sorry about that. I need some scrap paper. It's in my drawer. And my cord too. There we go. Oh, sorry if I'm making you sick. Okay, so I've got my watercolor pencils here, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create some grass just by going back and forth, okay? This is nothing special. I just wanted to create some kind of background. And then I'm gonna choose, and that was, the color on this one is Old Olive. And then I'm gonna take Pumpkin Pie, Real Red, and Daffodil Delight, and I'm gonna create my sky. So basically it's going to be a sunset. So I'm just going up like this. It's really not that difficult. Okay, let's add some of that red. And then we'll bring in some of the yellow. And when you apply pressure while kind of scribbling back and forth, you can get a darker look. So let me just bring in some of that orange here, and you'll see how the orange is just a little bit darker. And then let's add some more of the real red. So now what I want to do is I want to take my blender pen, and you might have to bear with me because I've got about 8 blender pens over here, and I don't know if some of them are dry or not, but they have glycerin in it, and they work really nicely with our watercolor pencils. So I'm just scribbling over, and you can kind of see how the blender pen is kind of blending all these watercolor swishies, or I don't know, scribbling, and kind of blending it all together. I'm going to try the other end of this one just to see. Yeah, that one's a little bit better. So I'm just kind of, oh, sorry. I'm trying to go back and forth like this, and it's getting a nicer look. I'm going to blend this over to the white space there. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. So now when you are using a blender pen, you don't want to give too much pressure onto the basic white cardstock because it will rip, okay? You can see how it is bending a little bit. It's because the paper is wet, but it will dry very quickly. So now I've got that sky kind of what I want it to be. Now I'm just going to take the blender pen here, and I'm going to blend in the Old Olive coloring just to smooth it out. And that's kind of how I created my background. More of a COVID kind of background where I really wanted to do the block stamping, but I just don't think we're almost there. Maybe next month we'll bring that into my class. All right, so that is kind of what it looks like. Now we are going to need to assemble all these panels here. So let me move this out of the way. I've got a piece of Mossy Meadow and Crumb Cake. They work really nicely together. So it's kind of like a craft color, Crumb Cake is. And so we're just going to add that glue right on top. So it's got a 1/8 of an inch border. And then we're going to take this panel we just watercolored and add it right over top of the crumb cake. Okay, now we're going to add that tree. So here's the Mossy Meadow Crumb Cake white, and now the early espresso trunk the tree. Okay, so really pretty. This would look really nice in the Christmas, somehow some of a, like, I can see this like a fall card for sure, because you know when it's fall we or end of fall, dead of winter, we don't have any leaves on our trees, especially up here. They're just starting to come out where I live, so finally we can see some leaves. All right, so I'm just adding the liquid glue here, giving it small little dots, just like that, okay? And now I'm going to layer this right on top of the sunset, making sure that that trunk at the bottom is not too far over the edge. Now to hold this in place, you can take a block and just press it. It's the easiest thing to do. You'll probably have to clean your block. I heard today, I was listening to a demonstrator, and she says she cleans her blocks with Stays-On cleaner. I have never tried that, but I'm gonna give it a try. But I find I have some Goo Gone works well too, but I have Stays-On cleaner, so I might give that a try. Okay, next up is the die that are the leaves here. So where I live in Vermont, the leaves on the trees are not really in the very beginning stage, are kind of light. And then they get a little bit darker as they, develop. But like a maple tree right now, we have the sugar maples are not leaved out yet. So I used Pear Pizzazz with this die cut, and I'm just tapping the die cut here, the back side of it, with the Tombow glue. And then this is going to get layered right over top of that tree. And you can kind of put it wherever you want. Again, use your block to help adhere this piece down. Okay, so see how that looks? I'm gonna add those really stinking cute birds after we get this all down. So I'm gonna let this dry, and the next step up is going to be doing our stamping. Now, I don't know where my piercing mat is. It's somewhere in my craft room. Hold on. I had it, and you know how that goes? Like you have something and it's probably right in front of me and I can't find it. Well, we're just gonna try to wing it here. So I've got my Mossy Meadow ink, and I've got Thinking of You. And this die cut here comes in the Beautiful Trees dies. And there we go. Got that pretty straight. Then on the inside here, I used, to see what it looks like on the inside, I used the Hippo and Friends dies, a larger one here in white. And then I've got Mossy Meadow here with die cut Friendships Refresh the Soul stamped in Mossy Meadow. So I thought those would look really nice, so we will go with that. Again, I'm just using that one ink color, and we'll stamp this right down. It's a super fancy font, as you can see, right? Okay, I think that is all the stamping, so let me close up my ink pad. And we are going to assemble the rest of this card. So we've got, here's the two Hippo and Friends layering dies. Now this carried over from the catalog last year, and I'm super excited about that because I love this dies, and these dies, the Hippo and Friends, I'm going to be using. I didn't buy the stamp set, but I bought the dies specifically for layering because look at that. That looks super, super cool. I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back side of this die here. You only need 3. Some people might put 4, 1 on every corner, or maybe even 5, but I totally don't think it's necessary. So we have that prepped. Then this die here, the sentiment, we are going to, let's see, I don't have my mini dimensionals. They're in my class boxes I have in my another room here in my house. Is all my, in a closet, it's all my supplies for my classes. and my mini dimensionals are in there, so I don't want to go through all that. So I'm just going to use the edges of the regular size dimensionals here, and I'm going to peel these off. Okay, just like that. Okay, so I've got 3 there, if you can see those. And dimensionals just give you height and dimension, and it looks pretty cool when you do so. So now we're gonna add the front of this here. So when you, oh, this looks really nice. Really super nice with that green there. Okay, so when you add this panel, you do not want to put adhesive underneath the top of it, because if you do, then you're not going to be able to see the tree. It's not good. It's all going to stick. So you can only put your adhesive on this part here. So let me just show you what I mean by that. So just right here is where you want your adhesive, no more higher. Then I'm just going to layer this right here. Okay, and then just hold it in place. There's quite a few layers here, but I want to make sure that sticks nice. Okay, now we're going to work with the sentiment. We're going to just peel those backings off the sentiment. And then I'm going to add this right to the bottom of the trunk over here on top of the grass area. Okay, so that looks good. Now, I said I was going to leave those birds to last. Let's see, let me grab them. So here is the sentiment, or not the, it's the message panel, where you can write a message. And that's going to go right there. Again, this is Hippo and Friends dies. And now let's take the backings off this here. And now, before I put them down, I'm going to take this panel here, and I probably think this is going to be hard for you to see because it's a little tricky to show you what I mean by this, and my laptop is like 20 seconds behind me talking, so who knows, but add this right here about, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch up from the bottom. Make sure it's straight, and then just see if that's going to be good for you visually, and I think it's good for me. So then I'm going to press it down. So now when somebody opens up this card, they're not going to know what, they're just going to think to go this way. But now somebody can put this right on their desk or their table, so you can kind of see it and it's on display. All right, we are not done yet. We've got these 2 cute birds. I die cut them. Let me get my white envelope here so you can kind of see them. They're super cute. The die is let me show you the die, because it's really fun to work with. So it looks like this. Okay, so there's 2 little birds, and they get cut out at the same time. And if you see this little image here, this little line, well, those are cut through the cherry cobbler cardstock. That's what I did. So you can kind of see the wings. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but it does open up, so it adds a little bit of detail to the birds. So now what I want to do is I'm going to put those little birdies on with just a little or dot of liquid glue. I'm going to put one down kind of in this area here. Now you can use whatever color you want for birds. I like cardinals. I love to listen to them. They have some that come to our house every day, and I actually have a bird feeder out my window at work. Every morning they come, this pair, the girl and the boy come at 8:30 in the morning and again at 3:30 in the afternoon. They're consistent. So I left them a full bird feeder today at work, so they would have food all weekend long. All right, so isn't that cute? We have one more thing we want to do. We want to give it some sparkle now. This one here has the wink of Stella on it. I kind of, let me show you what I want to do on that. So I've got a wink of Stella. And I'm gonna splatter the front of the card. Now you gotta make sure you have the Wink of Stella in this barrel here. You don't want a bit too much or else it's gonna make a hot mess. But I'm just gonna tap my Wink of Stella against its cap. And what it's doing is it's kind of it's basically sprinkling the Wink of Stella all over the card wherever I'm moving it to. Okay, make sure you put the cap on. And then, I don't know if you'll see it, probably not, but it's all sparkly with the glitter. And it just adds a nice little texture to your card. So something different. We've got the sunset background using the watercolor pencils. We get a bunch of die cuts there. And we have a super fun easel card. So see kind of what it looks sideways, like a tent. Okay. And then it lays flat like that, so it'll go in the envelope. This will not cost you extra for postage. It's all flat and looks awesome. All right, and you can see that here's the one I created with some other World of Good designer series paper. I just kind of was practicing, and so this looks a little bit differently. And you can see on this one here, I didn't use as much watercolor pencils, and I used a lot more orange on this one on the left. So really fun card, and teaches people technique, teaches people to use watercolor pencils, also to splatter your Wink of Stella. And it's just something other than a normal card. You've got a tent, or like a easel card. So I hope that, oh, goldfinches. Yes, goldfinches would look really, at their yellow ones, really, really nice. That's for sure. All right, I'm going to just take a little scroll back to see if there's any kind of questions. I see there's quite a few people on here. Yep, middle of the night again. Oh boy, it's like 2 a.m. or something where you are, I think. Netherlands, right? Okay, so about place my order. Yeah, so I always like trees, and this is a really nice tree, Karen Rowe. This is a really nice tree die set. So something to think about on your next order. Okay, so the next card is my card club card, one of the designs here using a book fold. So another fun fold for you guys tonight. Don't forget, if you're in the United States, I've got, here's 2 kits now, and then I'll have one more kit I'll be sending out. So if you want to win those kits, sometime on Monday, I'll be doing the drawing. You have to email me at inspiredbygram@gmail.com. All right, so the next one, let me grab all this stuff here. I don't want to lose this little birdie die, so I'm going to put it over on my magnet sheet real quick. I would be devastated if I lost that little birdie. Okay, so here's the card. You can kind of take a look at that while I get all my blocks ready to go. We're going to be using hand-penned petals stamp set. And let's see what else we got here. I've got the sheer soft succulent, beautiful in color ribbon. This is part of May Card Club. Super, super beautiful ribbon. I'm using for ink Evening Evergreen for congratulations and Pool Party for the background stamping. I got a glue dot here because we're probably going to need that, maybe. Oh, guess what I just found? I found my piercing mat. It was in that bin. I knew it was somewhere. Okay, so here is the designer series paper that everybody's raving about. It's so pretty. It coordinates with the hand-penned suite on page 104 and 105 of the annual catalog. Don't forget, if you need an annual catalog and you're not working with a current demonstrator, send me an email and I'll get one out to you in the mail. And I'll send you a nice little card as well. So it's found on page 131 of the annual catalog. Lots of different colors in this paper. It's super beautiful. 6, 8, 10, 11 different colors in this paper, including the white. So it's got lots of choices for you, and I would highly recommend hand-penned designer series paper, or join my monthly card club. You'll get a 6x12 full pack of it, so you can kind of see it firsthand. I'm also using scalloped contours dies. I'm going to be using this one right here, this fun little dot scallopy rectangle. And then I'm also using this one here. It's super cool because I have no idea if you can see this, but it cuts. So you get this little piece here that you could take your ribbon and kind of being very gentle, lift it up, and then you could kind of bring it through somehow. Okay, see how that goes? You could wrap it around underneath and add it as an embellishment. So that's like super fun. I've never seen anything like that. So check these out too. These are also going to be a staple in my craft room all year long. You'll see me use these all the time. Maybe you'll get sick of it, maybe not, but they're really nice to work with. All right, and here's the hand pen petals. We'll be using, let's see, I think I mounted this one here, and also congratulations. So let's get all the pieces here of the kit. And I'm using Highland Heather. It's really pretty with Pool Party. Okay. I already did my bow ahead of time, you guys, so you don't need to see me struggle there. Okay, so here's the card base. I've already cut it. It's 4 1/4 by 11. And then I had all of my my measurements somewhere. Oh, there they are. So you scored at 4 1/4. So let me just, so 4 1/4, and then 5 1/2 on your Stampin' trimmer, okay? Then we've got, let's see, 1 by 4 piece of Highland Heather, and I'm just going to kind of get these out of the way here. There's like too much stuff going on here for me. Oh boy, I think, let's see, yep, okay. And then this is 7/8 of an inch by, oh, that's not the right one. Hold on, I'm missing a piece. I may have put it in the kit. So, or, I know I cut it. Yeah, there. I'm going to just sneak it from this other one. Okay, start over. This is 1 by 4, easy. This is 7/8 of an inch by 3 7/8, so just a tiny border. We're going to add this. Oh, that's really pretty side too. See that? So you could do it this way as well. Isn't that pretty? So if you wanted to look ahead of time what it would look like, here you go. I just love the flowers, so I'm going to do it that way. All right, so let's add our glue to the back side. It's almost out, but we're going to get every little drop. Joni told me that if you take off, I think it was Joni, one of my team members who just made it to silver. Awesome job, Joni, recruiting. If you take this piece off here, there's more glue on in there. I've never ever used this end. Have you guys ever used this end? Maybe for scrapbooking someone would use it, but I don't use it for card making. But apparently there's a bunch of glue in there. Okay, so now this book end, you need to add some adhesive right here because you want this to stay down. And you can just use your fingers to go back and forth to keep it in place because this is where it's going to fold up. So now that is stuck down. Now we're going to take this little cute panel and add our glue and add this right into this kind of like spine area. This is a book fold, so it reminds you of a book. Okay. If you are working with directional paper, you've got to be careful how you cut your pieces, okay? This is directional, so you don't want your flowers upside down or sideways. Now, I've got a piece of Highland Heather that's cut 4 by 4, and then it's going to get layered with a piece of the hand penned at 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. So a square. And then here we go. Can you guys hear my husband snoring? He's snoring. Oh, he's gonna get up early and work early. Like he gets up at 5 in the morning. Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. He'd probably be, oh God, he'd be so embarrassed if he knew I was talking about him, but he's funny. We're gonna go hiking after he gets done his morning shift, so I'm gonna meet him down in White River Junction, Vermont, and then we're gonna hook up and go hike about 4 miles tomorrow. Just get out and get some exercise. I'm gonna try to hike every single weekend, and hopefully with Sarah soon, my hiking partner as well. All right, so isn't that cute? All right, there's our book fold. We're getting there. I think I might do my stamping next. So what we need, of course, is our little handy dandy Stampin' Purist mat. And you definitely want some scrap paper. I've got some right here. And we want to work with Pool Party ink. This is a kind of a light blue ink. And I'm going to ink this up full strength. But then I'm going to stamp off. And I'm going to stamp off again, just so I can kind of see what the blues look like. Now, I don't want to use this one here because it's too dark. So let me just show you what I mean. So I'm going to use Evening Evergreen, our new ink in color. And I'm going to stamp Congratulations. Oh, shoot. Have you guys ever done this? Have you ever put a photopolymer stamp on the wrong way? This is the flat side, you guys. Hey, that makes a nice little stamp image, right? Okay, hold on. That's so super fun. Has anybody ever done that? Like, that's crazy, Karen. Crazy, crazy, Karen. It's Friday. All right, so I'm going to peel this off, and we're going to put this on the correct way. So we're stamping the words. Okay. All right, congratulations. So let me go back to here. It's gonna look better on a lighter background than this one here, because it's kind of looks to get, it's just gonna get lost, okay? So we're gonna take that stamp again, ink up the floral in Pool Party, stamp off, and then I'm gonna try to get the majority of that flower on top of that white die cut, and this is from the Contours dies. Okay, isn't that pretty? And then we're going to take that Congratulations. We're going to use Evening Evergreen, and that's a dark green, kind of like a spruce color, but a little bit, I think it's in between Mossy Meadow and Shaded Spruce. So you can see how the word Congratulations pops off that. And that's all of our stamping. So let me close up these and get them out of the way. And you can kind of see the palette there, how the greens and the blues, Evening Evergreen, Pool Party work really nice together. Okay, now we just need to assemble the rest of the card and we'll be all set. And let's see. That vellum piece, here it is. So as I said before, that die cut cuts. So if you can see this, it's vellum, so you might not see how that is loose. So that's what I mean about maybe threading some ribbon through. I'm going to take this stamped sentiment. My glue keeps drying on me. Okay, just add a little bit on the back side. Make sure that you're working on the smooth side is facing you. This is just going to get adhered right to the vellum cardstock. We'll flip it over. You can always press from the back side as well. you're going to add 2 dimensionals to the back here. You got to put them where that white is, because if you put them extended out, you're going to see it from the front side, so you don't want to do that. Let's bring in our card here, press this. So with Card Club, you're going to get all of these die cuts already cut for you. So basically you're stamping and assembling and cutting your designer series paper, and that is it. It makes it so easy for you guys. And you have so much supplies left over. And then you can build up your supplies as well with Card Club. Okay, so here's that cute little bow made with the, I'm just drawing a blank, soft succulent. And this bow here, you can kind of put it anywhere. You can put it off to the side here. I kind of like it in the middle of that, centered underneath congratulations. I need to trim up those tails there. So I'm going to take my handy dandy ribbon scissors. If Karen Rose on here still, she gave these to me. So she's such a kind person. Sent me a nice box of goodies, and these were in there. It reminds me of my grandmother, because my grandmother had these scissors as well. They're called Gingher. They're from Italy. And they have this nice little cover here, so I won't cut myself. Okay, so we are almost done this card. On the inside here, we'll open it up, and this here is 4x4 basic white. So that just gets adhered right down. You can stamp on this if you wish. With Card Club, you can do the add-on with the products, the stamps that I use, or just use whatever you have in your craft room. And then we're going to add a nice little strip here of that hand-penned designer series paper. And then we'll put this right here off inside from the white. So I've got the white showing here and the white on this side. I'd like to give that nice little white extra love by showing it off as well. So I've just got that lined up with that strip. And then here are the genial gems. Okay, those will come in Card Club as well. And you'll get a whole pack, and there's 100 in that pack. My Take Your Pick tool is right here. So I'm just going to add probably 5 of these throughout the card. So we'll just give, we'll put maybe 3 of the green ones on, and then I'll throw, there's no pink in here, so I think I'm just going to use 5 of the green ones here. Let's put one way over here. And then we're just going to add one. Let's put one over on this area too, so that now my eyes go throughout the whole card. So super cute, really fun card. Now, if you don't want to put the bow on, and you can save some postage by not doing that, because that's gonna drive the postmaster crazy, you don't have to add that bow on there, but that's just a nice little embellishment. And there's the inside. So let's take a look at what we made here. You can see how the cards look very kind of different because of the designer series paper. Here you can see a lot more of that Daffodil Delight color, whereas here you've got the nice little purple daisies there. So here's my other kit that I kind of have to put one strip in, but so if you didn't know, there's maybe some new people watching. If you want, I'm going to be giving away 3 free card kits, 1 of each of the cards that I made tonight. I'll be doing that Monday night. At some point, I'll use the random generator number thing. But you have to email me and tell me you want to be in the drawings. So my email address is inspiredbygraham@gmail.com. It's unfortunately for you international people that are watching me, I just can't ship something internationally. It's just costs too much money, and with the postal system way it is, I have no idea if it'll get to you. So this is just open to US addresses. So you'll get 1 kit, 1 to make this one, And then I'll be cutting, I don't know what designer series paper, what pattern, but I think it's this one, the checkered one. That's the card we made earlier today. You'll get all the pieces there. And here's another feminine kind of card as well. And then here is the thinking of you. You'll get all the pieces for this card as well. So 3 free card kits just by sending me an email. So I hope you guys learned something new, had fun, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. This was the first day I came home in the weather. The temperature was over 70 degrees. It was like 72 today. And of course that feels like 80 to us because, you know, that first warm temperature is crazy when you go from 40 to 70 overnight. But it's going to be a great weekend here, and I'll be in Connecticut. I think I have somebody watching from Connecticut. Let me scroll back up to the top. Oh boy, where are you? Carol. Carol Schaefer. I'm coming to Connecticut on Sunday morning with my son to celebrate my grandson's 2nd birthday. He's into cars, so we got him a nice comforter with cars on it and a truck, like an 18-wheeler big rig that stores Matchbox cars in it. And his dump truck didn't arrive in time from Amazon, so I'll have to, when next time he's up here, he'll get to play with it here. So at least he'll have a present when he gets here next time. So happy birthday to Finley. On Mondays is the real birthday. He'll be 2. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great night. Don't forget about all I'm offering for you guys. I've got Card Club for only $38 a month. Card Club. It's monthly. I also have my host code for those holiday rhinestone basic jewels for any orders 30 and above using that host code, except for at 150 or above, don't use it so you can enjoy those Stampin' rewards and you'll still get the holiday rhinestones plus really cute card from me. And then don't forget, I'm always looking to expand the Inspired Daisies team. Come join us and have a lot of fun. We've got 9 people that you can, plus myself, so 10 people on our team. We like to paper craft and just have a great time, and great friendships have been made. So I hope you guys have a great weekend for all of your Stampin' needs. You can find me at inspiredbygraham.com, or you can simply email me if you have any questions at inspiredbygraham@gmail.com. Have a great night and be well and keep wearing your mask. All right, see you later. Bye.